Hello, welcome to Kelly Loves K-Pop. I'm Kelly, and today we're going to do a reading on Ateez's San and Seonghwa and their friendship. So if you're new here, I do friendship readings where I do like a 3-card spread on a past, present, future, and then I'll do a reading on each member's current energies to see if we can elaborate on the present card of that first reading, okay? So with that said, let's go ahead and get to it. All right, welcome back. Whoops. I'm excited, I guess. Okay, so let me go ahead and shuffle these cards. Like I said, we're going to do a past, present, future, and then we're going to elaborate on that present for both sides. So this is my Raven's Prophecy Tarot. I just did a big video on my second channel, my Sky and Thread Tarot, which is my professional tarot reading brand shop title. I just did a big video over there for all my favorite Halloween decks. So if you want to check out, if you enjoy looking at the different decks I own and you're interested in seeing what I recommend for my Halloween mood, even though this video might go up in early November, but still, some of us Halloween is all year. It's fine. But yeah, if you haven't checked out my second channel, be sure to do that. All right, so Ateez, San and Seonghwa. Let's see your past, present, and future. Past, present, future. Okay, so for the past, we have 7 of Swords, which is really interesting. Means there may have been a little bit of distrust between them. They may have had a little bit of a, I almost want to say like a competitive nature to where they were trying to like one up each other. It feels like, especially with this deck, the energy is very like, don't pick them, pick me. Don't pick them, pick me. I don't know if they were like head to head in certain things, but they definitely were trying to get over on the other person or one up them in a way. So in the past, it just feels very competitive for them. I don't feel malice. I just feel competitiveness. In the present, it's the Fool. So they could be starting a new chapter. They could be moving on to uncharted territory for themselves together. This is kind of great because I'll definitely love to expand on this one for sure in the next readings. But yeah, the Fool is just a card about like new beginnings, kind of some innocence, hope. It means like they have maybe a renewed hope. I don't know when they're signing, but sometimes if you get this card for re-signing contracts, this is a good sign because it's a new beginning. I mean, depending on the other cards. But we have in the future 2 of Coins, which is balance, which especially for two people, it means working together, earning money, having that harmony. Like they have a good working synergy. And I think we're going to continue to see that in the future. So yeah, this is like just 2 of a kind, working hard, getting their stuff together. So that's a very good omen for the future for them. It just means they're going to continue to work together and it's going to continue to be productive for them. They may not be the richest group in the world, but they're going to make money and they're going to do well enough with that money to continue, which I think is all most middle tier groups can ask for. They may have some breakout moments, but at least this just shows that like the wheels are going to keep turning for them. That's not going to stop. So let's go ahead and do a big reading on each guy and see what's going on. All right, so we'll do Sun first. Sun is, I think, a Cancer Sun and a Gemini Moon. And I don't know if what information I had was correct, but they both look like they were Gemini moons, which is really cool because that means emotionally they have a lot of similar traits. Even though sun-wise, like the way they're viewed is different. Like the way they want people to view them is different. The way they feel and the way they work within their feelings and react to things is actually very similar if they're both Geminis. So it means they're both the type that needs to like talk things out. Like they don't like to leave things like unsaid. So that's usually pretty good. It's one of the more communicative signs. I believe, where is he? Yeah, we have one Aries and one Cancer. Seonghwa looks like an Aries from my information, so Aries and Cancer, yeah, they have a lot of things that they feel like opposites on the outside, but then they actually manage their emotions in very similar ways. So that could be good why they get along, even though they look like they wouldn't about a lot of things. So Sun. Excuse me. Oops. No, not my apophyllite. Stay there. Oh, there's the 2 of coins again. We love to see it. Okay. And swords that I don't want. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Strength and the moon. Oh. Okay, so this is Sun. I get Judgment in reverse too. This is okay. Let me take this in for a second. This is kind of an interesting pull for him. Okay, so we got 3 coins and the 2 of wands. This feels like plans for a collaboration of some sort. 7 of Cups, 2 upright means there's actually a lot of options. I don't know if this is him personally, like getting personal invites for like different shows or different performances. Judgment in reverse means here it feels like they have a lot of options, and what's holding them back is like fear of judgment from other people. Fear that it may not be what suits him or what suits his group, that kind of thing. But it does seem like he's got a lot of options for working with people. Again, we said 2 of coins is about harmony. It's about balance. So it could be 2, what does he have the time for? And what does he think is actually going to benefit his, you know, his personal view of where he wants to be. 9 of Swords 2 in reverse is about it kind of feels like putting fears to rest. Again, we had that 7 of Cups, so in reverse, it's almost like deciding. So I don't know if he's trying to decide for himself or for who. 9 of Wands. This is almost like a little bit of a defensiveness. Strength in reverse, so it's like tired of fighting. The moon is there's still things he doesn't know. So that could lead to kind of illusionary aspects with this 7. And then the Queen of Swords. It's about wanting to speak truth. Almost wanting to speak honestly. So trying to decide what to work. Also, do you guys have glare? No, it doesn't look too glary. Okay. Collaboration, planning, options, judgment, balance. Coming out of fear. It almost feels like there's a project he wants to do, but he's like, or he's done already, but he's scared to put it out because he doesn't think people will like it. Like he's trying to also stay within like their brand. Although if you watch my previous Ateez readings, I think it's time they actually step out of the brand and try different things. Because the moon means almost like he has to play it close to the chest. He can't talk about it. Even though he wants to. It's almost like talking about it, but you can't say everything, or you don't know everything. I don't know. There's something here that's like it's like Queen of Swords is about speaking really kind of bluntly. Like you almost have to say what you have to say, and you don't want to take other. It's not that you don't want to take other people's feelings into account, but it's more like some people might get their feelings hurt, but you're just being honest. Oh my God. Okay, but the moon is speaking about. There's just a lot of hidden aspects. So these 2 cards together, I am going to pull a clarifier just to see if they're about 2 different things. Because it could be like a diversion where he can talk about one thing, because this is about almost many things. So it could be like he's talking about one thing, but he's not talking about the other thing that kind of means more to him. He has to be careful what he talks about. So it's Queen of Swords. What's going on with this Queen of Swords? What does this Queen of Swords mean? Okay. This is the Four of Cups in reverse. So this is about instability and kind of going out of your comfort zone. So is it solo work? Because Four of Cups means, it could mean that this is about, that's why he's defensive about it, because it's solo work. I mean, like I said, we saw the Fool. So the Fool is like new beginnings, new opportunities. So it could be this. It could be Son's got opportunities for solo work, but he's kind of scared to do that out on his own. Like I said, it could be him solo-y. What is that? That's not a word. Like solo collaborating with other people. When I say that, I mean like instead of the entire group, like Ateez has kind of done like pentatonics collabs and things like that. Son may have opportunities to do something solo, a collaboration, but maybe he's scared to take it because he feels really out of his element. There's something like that. And there may be aspects of it that are still kind of wide open and unplanned yet. It's just like early stage. And that could be why it's like the Fool. This is a friendship reading, but again, if the Fool is something that's kind of separating him from the friendship currently, that's why it's coming up. Because again, these are like the current things that are affecting their friendship. So it could just be like right now, Son isn't focusing on the friendship because he's kind of got this going on. I don't see, yeah, as far as I see the Seven of Cups, usually that's kind of being pulled in a lot of directions emotionally, but other than that, I don't see like a lot of friends stepping in to help him with his decision. So it could be why it's the Moon. Maybe he's not talking about these things because he's scared. He's a bit defensive about what they might say, and it could be that's kind of keeping him away from the friendship. So we'll do the reading on Seonghwa and see if that expands more on why maybe they're not, I mean, this is affecting their friendship. Maybe why Son is kind of scared to talk about it. So let me go ahead and shuffle these up and we'll do reading for Seonghwa and see how he's feeling right now and what the Fool means for him. All right, the Hierophant, okay. Hierophant can mean the teacher or the student. The Hermit. Page of Cups, okay. The Chariot. Six of Wands. There's a Seven of Swords again. I do think there's a level of Ateez that is still competitive with one another. I've always kind of felt that when I watch their performances, because in a lot of performances, usually like you kind of step in the back and you kind of tone it down so the person in front can have like their moment, right? But Ateez, it always feels like all the members are going at 100% all the time. And well, that's great too. That's their style. I think that's what makes them stand out. It does feel like that puts them in direct competition with each other all the time. Like, I think I'd like to see them looking like they're backing up each other a little bit more sometimes. But I feel like that's always like something a company instills in them and makes them fear for their future if they don't do it. So that's a whole nother reading in and of itself. Maybe we'll do that later on with what is their company, like, you know, feeding them. So yeah, we have the Hierophant and the Hermit and then the Page of Cups. So it's like he's off. It's funny because these are like the two teachers in the tarot. One that's very open and available, and one you have to seek out. So it seems like he's really doing personal work. It's like he's also in some kind of training, because the Page of Cups, while it can also mean friendship directly, sometimes it's like the start or the potential of something you are emotionally invested in. So it could be that that's what's going on right now for them, is that the company is trying to push them to work on solo opportunities, or solo, what do they want to do solo. The Chariot and the Six of Wands too are like super like progressive, victorious cards, like moving forward with something that's like I said, like the confidence and the motivation is like really there to push it forward. But it seems like he's ready to go forward, but he hasn't physically done those things. He's still in like that planning and learning stage. It's like there's some skills he's trying to sharpen for himself. And I don't know if this might have to do with acting, because again, we saw the Fool, so that's like new beginnings, new opportunities. So it's like he's learning a skill that he really likes to move forward, and he wants to be like really, really good at it. Again, the Seven of Swords is like that competition, that competitiveness coming through. And the Six of Swords also is about like moving kind of into something, into a new territory, like leaving something behind and moving into something new. It's like you're almost being pushed to do it. It's not always your choice. So there's almost kind of a sense of like a little bit of regret when you're doing it. Like it's a bit of a somber card. It's like moving into something new even though you almost didn't want to. And the Hierophant in this case, you know, like I said, could be him, but it could be like his actual teachers and companies like teaching him something new or advising him, because the Hierophant is also someone who is kind of relaying information from up the ladder. A lot of times it's meaning they're relaying information from a divine being, but it could be they're relaying information from higher up, like just someone more powerful than you, someone. So it could be someone in the company telling, hey, you have to start learning this. You have to move into this category. And someone's like, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to be the best. I'm going to be like great at it. Like, just seems like he has that really strong willpower to be good at it. While it almost felt like Sun was like, okay, I give up. Fine, I'll do it. You know, I really want to do something else, but if you guys want me to do this, like his was more kind of split, where this feels like Seonghwa is like, yep, I'm gonna do it. Okay, well, we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna be, like I said, there's like this competitive drive, even if it's not really what he wants to do. He's like, well, if I'm gonna put my energy into it, I'm gonna be good at it. Queen of Coins also kind of shows an aspect that he's doing it to take care of other people. He could be doing it because he really feels like he's responsible for some of the groups. I mean, I guess they all feel responsible for the group's success, but he especially is showing this trait right now, that he's feeling responsible. So it's like him almost caretaking the group by doing this and being good at it. It's like okay, I got to make sure we're successful. I got to bring like the Ateez name with me. Wheel of Fortune is good, and same with Nine of Cups. That means getting what you want. So everything right now is coming up kind of roses for Seonghwa. Like he's like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Like he does have a little bit of regret that he has to move on to something else, and maybe because he may be in direct competition with some of his group mates, but he's doing it also for them in the long run. So it's like it could just be he simply feels like he's better at whatever job they're requesting him to do. So it's definitely for the group. But I see success for him, like whatever this is this new thing he's moving into, we've got kind of fate and luck on his side. So like Chariot's victory, fate and luck, like whatever this is, someone's meant to do this. So I don't know if it is acting or it's songwriting or whatever they're pressuring them into doing, because I feel like we saw the Fool for both of them, so it could be acting. I do believe Ateez has been moving more and more into the acting field. I feel like Seonghwa's going to do well on it, maybe better than San, but maybe San feels like expectations are on him to do better. I'm not sure, but I know they're both pretty strong fan favorites, so I don't think it's going to be as bad. Like I said, this very much reads Aries energy. Aries is like, I'm going to go forth, I'm going to fight, and I'm going to do it. Like that, they're just great initiators and motivators. Where Cancers are more internal. They're going to have a lot of fears. They tend to be like kind of start-stop people in a lot of ways. If they're not happy with the product, they can be really hard on themselves. Where areas like, did I mess up? Okay, well, I'm just gonna learn from that. Cancer too, but Cancer will beat themselves up more, generally speaking. This is just generals. But yeah, I see someone doing really, really well. And I see just, there's a lot of internal fear, I think, for San, where this one's just like, yeah, I don't really like it, but I got to do it. So that's what I have for the Ateez friendship reading. I know it ended up being kind of more group activity than personal, but it's just, Ateez is very group-minded. Like, they just are. Almost every time I do readings for them, either two, they could have some personal protection. I got to do extra readings again soon, actually. So every time I've done extra readings as well, certain groups I do believe have some kind of magical protection that keeps people like me kind of at bay, and that's fine. I totally respect those boundaries, and I think it's healthy and good, because I know, like, at least spiritually they got some protection. Maybe physically they need to get some more, because I heard about the whole geo tracker thing on their car, which is really scary. And I hope they get that figured out, and that fan, or they're not even a fan, that person, stalker, gets what they deserve. And yeah, so Ateez, hope they're doing great. I hope to see more success for them in the future. I really enjoy them. Thank you for the request. And if you want to see your groups get covered on my channel, be sure to either check out my Patreon, where we do group suggestion, group votes. You get stickers and gifts and early access to videos that we do there. I'm also going to have certain videos that are only for the Patreon, that are like spicier subjects that are not okay to cover on YouTube for fear of trolls, and all that kind of stuff. So Patreon's gonna have a lot of cool stuff there. But also you can check out my coffee if you just want to make a simple request that kind of just, you know, pick a topic and I'll get it done for you. So you got options, and I appreciate you guys checking out my channel. If this is your first time, thank you so much. I got more videos coming up for you. I'm gonna record a few today. No face cam. Usually I have a face cam. Today I don't, just because I'm kind of in a rush and I'm trying to record content, but doing hair and makeup takes me an extra hour that I just didn't have today. So so we're not doing the face cam. I hope you guys are having a lovely day. Please take care of each other, and I'll see you guys really soon, okay? Bye.